Welcome back, and thanks for being a part of the show this Tuesday, July 7th, where we saw a little sun, we saw a little rain and a little clouds, and a little bit of everything else. We're going to see a lot of something in the near-term forecast. We're talking about a cold front that is becoming basically just stationary. It's going to stop and park right over the viewing area and the Ohio Valley region, for that matter, through at least tomorrow evening. As a result, a flash flood watch already in effect for the same time frame through tomorrow evening. Some folks could get in on some more additional and unneeded rainfall. This front and an upper level disturbance or two in the southwest flow will bring rounds and rounds of showers and thunderstorms, and many locations have already had enough. Our neighbors in Johnson County still cleaning up, for example. We'll talk more about the flash flood watch issued by the National Weather Service, more about your forecast, which even though there is still a chance of showers and storms every day of the forecast, we do have some temperatures and I think more sun than not possibly for your weekend, but it could be soggy getting there. More in just a few moments. Headlines tonight include another serious auto accident on the Mountain Parkway. I've got some good news for farmers all the way around on a couple of different fronts. A McGoffin County woman still jailed for a serious assault, and some other news and information in what's left of the half hour. From on several different fronts, the Office of the United States Attorney in the Eastern District, several reports, several cases which have seen some finality. A London, Kentucky doctor, for example, was sentenced today to federal prison in U.S. District Court in Eastern Kentucky in London for filing false federal income tax returns that claimed millions in fictitious business expenses. This has been announced by the Assistant Attorney General Karen Sorrello of the Justice Department's Tax Division. Dr. Visa Haran, who also has a last name that I'm simply not going to attempt, at the age of 44 was sentenced by U.S. District Judge Amul Tapar to serve 2 years in prison and 1 year supervised release to be served in the county jail with work release involving providing services at a local medical clinic. At sentencing, Judge Tapar also ordered the physician to pay a fine of $100,000 and restitution of $4.5 million to the IRS. According to court documents, the doctor, Visa Haran, owned and operated Hematology Oncology Physicians East Hope for Short, a medical clinic where he offered oncology and hematology services. And from 07 to 09, he earned more than $16 million in total income. However, on his 08 and 09 personal and corporate income tax returns, he underreported his income and claimed millions in false and fictitious medical supply expenses. Over a 3-year period, he claimed almost $13 million in fraudulent business expenses. And on January the 9th, he pleaded guilty to 2 counts of filing false individual income tax returns, and once again has been sentenced to 2 years in prison. On another note, from the same organization, the final member of a scheme in which the defendants used the identities of other people to defraud a Leslie County bank out of over $400,000 has been sentenced to federal prison. On this July the 2nd, 34-year-old Nicole Lewis of Lewis County was sentenced to 2 years in prison for aggravated identity theft. U.S. District Judge Gregory Van Tatenhall had previously sentenced her co-defendants, 53-year-old Deborah Wilson and 46-year-old Teresa Bowling, to 18 and 42 months respectively for their roles in the same scheme. And under federal law, they all have to serve at least 85% of their sentence. Judge Van Tatenhall also ordered that together the 3 defendants must pay back over $420,000 in restitution to the Hayden Citizens Bank in Leslie County. Court documents indicate that from November of 08 through April of the following year, Lewis, Wilson, and Bowling all got copies of other people's driver's licenses, dates of birth, and social security numbers from various different sources, and then used them to apply for fake loans. And Bowling and Lewis, who held management positions at a loan company called Capital Finance, would process those loans as if they were legitimate and issued checks on those accounts. Bowling and Lewis would then cash the checks at Hayden Citizens Bank in Leslie County, and then all 3 would split the money as a result of their actions. In other reports, as you well know, the Supreme Court has legalized same-sex marriage unilaterally across the entire nation. Since then, and following, several county clerks have stopped issuing all marriage licenses in opposition to the new law and in support of their personal and/or religious beliefs, following which Governor Beshear here in Kentucky publicly ordered all those county clerks and everyone across the nation to follow the letter of the new law. Some are still holding out. For example, the ACLU has sued Rowan County Court Clerk Kim Davis for not issuing marriage licenses, and now now. House Speaker Greg Stumbo of Prestonsburg says that states need to act quickly so that there is certainty and consistency in the application of the new law. And with that in mind, he says he is in favor of a special session to take up the issue involving county clerks and marriage licenses. He says that we are currently drafting possible legislation that would help address the issues some of our county clerks are having as a result of the court's ruling. That special session would have to be approved by Governor Beshear. Headlines are next.
To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. For a few technical reasons, headlines are forthcoming in just a few moments, so we'll go ahead and gear on over to tonight's McGoffin County Farm Bureau-sponsored community calendar. And I've got a happy 59th tonight, a happy 59th anniversary to Louie and Peggy Howard, with a whole lot of love from a whole lot of family and friends who have been sending me best wishes now for days in your honor. Happy anniversary, happy 59th to Louie and Peggy Howard. One last reminder about tomorrow's McGoffin County Community Blood Drive at the McGoffin County Medical Building behind the Sagersville Subway. You can win a Camry by donating, and donate and be entered to win 4 tickets to see the Cincinnati Reds on August the 2nd, including an all-you-can-eat buffet. It's 12:30 till 5 tomorrow behind the Sagersville Subway in the Medical Building. And I have a little more information about the Howard's Hoops Clinic with Coach Jade Howard this Friday, 9 to 12, 3 hours for ages K through 8th grade. And it's at North McGoffin Elementary. To find out more, call 367-3821 or go to Jade Howard, and I knew I was going to cut that one short again. Or you can email Coach Jade at jadehoward23@gmail.com. Now, this is a specialized skills and player development camp Friday for 3 hours, and it's just $20. 367-3821 to find out more. And once again, grades ages K through 8th. Couple of other reminders. The Harold Whitaker Middle School has actually just sent me an announcement to advise me they have a special site-based decision-making council meeting set for this Thursday, 10 a.m. in the school's library. And also a change. The Kearney Free Will Baptist Church says the pledge, which is going to be showing for family movie night this Saturday, begins at 6. We had 7 last night, and they have it at 6 o'clock. So the pledge showing it's free and for everyone at Kearney Free Will Baptist, and so is our calendar, free and for everyone here at Your News Today. And this is how you get announcements on the show. Mail, phone, fax, email, Facebook, and remember you can always catch programming the day after in case you missed it on Howard's Cable or Foothills Channel 40 by going on to yournewstoday.com. And lastly, a reminder this evening about services to be held in honor of Isabel Bess Howard, 82 of Sagersville, who passed away on the 5th, preceded in death by her husband, Henry Franklin Howard. She's survived by daughters Bonnie Amix, Patricia Woodard, Darlene Shockley, Henrietta Brock, Eleanor Ritzie, and Lisa Howard. Also sons Dillard Patrick and John Harris Howard. Visitation is this evening and prior to services, which are set for tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock from the McGoffin County Funeral Home, with burial following at the Bluegrass Cemetery here in Sagersville. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. There's an unlimited selection of new and pre-owned vehicles right at your fingertips, with 9 acres of inventory and 7 different franchises, all at one location. Hutch, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Call Chevy, Buick, and GMC at 297-4066 or Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram at 297-506. Where selection, satisfaction, and service after you're sold are all guaranteed.
Another day, another serious auto accident on the Mountain Parkway. A woman from Floyd County traveling east lost control of her vehicle. It careened into the guardrail, on the guardrail, ultimately over the guardrail. As a result, she was taken to the hospital for what fortunately were non-life-threatening injuries.
I still have all headlines as were planned this evening. However, a brief flicker of electricity here at the studio just as I was completing the editing process has left me resulting to have to go back to some raw footage for some of the information, so with my apologies. However, this is some footage taken from the scene where a woman was traveling back to Grethel, where she was from in Floyd County, when she lost control of her SUV. We don't know why, but it went into a spin. It went into a 180, struck the guardrail backwards, then traveled literally on the guardrail for some time, became airborne, flipped during its airborne time period, and then landed on its wheels a significant distance off and over from the Mountain Parkway. And after all that, she had climbed out of her vehicle and made her way back up onto the parkway and was standing there upon arrival of emergency personnel with nothing more than what appeared to be a scratch. She was taken to a hospital for further observation, of course. But without a doubt, and we believe wholeheartedly, just as was the case yesterday with that serious head-on collision between a vehicle and a tree, had this driver, the only occupant in the vehicle, not had her seatbelt on, this would have been a much different report and scenario. It actually took the State Department to come and remove a section of the guardrail to allow recovery crews to remove the vehicle and get it back up onto the parkway and onto a transport vehicle. But once again, the driver was not seriously injured in what could have been a much worse collision.
A Magafa County woman with a Royalton address is still in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, where she was lodged as of yesterday following an assault that authorities say took place 2 days prior on the 4th of July weekend. The woman is charged with second-degree assault after reportedly using a weapon to assault a 67-year-old resident of Magafa County.
I spoke with family of 67-year-old Anna Mans, who forwarded me the photographs to the right of your screen showing some of the wounds that she suffered during the alleged attack, they say, at the hands of her, and I believe it is nephew's wife. 28-year-old Sandra Rao with a Royalton address is still lodged in the Big Sandy Detention Center. Police citations allege the assault took place on July the 4th in Magafa County at Mrs. Mann's residence when Rao reportedly pulled up to the home in a vehicle, got out, and retrieved a large stick, a portion, they believe, of what maybe once was a 2x4, according to the family, and then proceeded in Mans' direction and then attacked her with it. The family also told me today that Mans was literally in emergency surgery at the time of our conversation related to injuries that she sustained in that attack on her arm. Police citations indicate that a warrant was obtained and that warrant for arrest was executed 2 days after the alleged attack on the 6th. We also are looking into the situation as to whether or not Rao may have been on probation for other violent offenses and will have other time in addition to the assault and the second-degree time should she result in any, or should it result in any time against her for these most recent charges, but as to whether or not they will revoke any or all probation that she was already on.
I've got some good news for farmers this evening on the local and on the state level, and I'll begin with the latter and talk about the SOAR Small Production Loan Fund, a low-interest financing resource designed to assist small producers grow healthy, nutritional food so that they can move into commercial production. The goal is to support and educate growers and to develop a strong local food system in eastern and southern Kentucky that will be market-supported and result in a profit for the growers. A key feature of the SOAR Small Production Loan Fund is the participation of Grow Appalachia. The organization will meet with participants where they live and address their specific needs as gardeners and food producers. Grow Appalachia also works with nonprofit organizations in each of the counties so that there is always a local resource, and each Grow Appalachia participant chooses from classes offered by their partner sites through the year on topics such as garden planting, planting and maintenance, healthy heart cooking, and up-to-date food processing and preservation techniques. Grow Appalachia also has excellent contacts they boast to help growers market their products. Almost all food-related producers in the SOAR-related area, several counties, are eligible to participate in the program, and that includes fruit and vegetable growers, beekeepers, gardeners of herbs, and more.
As for the terms for the SOAR Fund loans, the maximum loan amount is up to $7,500, and it has a fixed interest rate of only 1% and no closing fees. Typically, the terms of the loan will be about 4 years. Interest-only payments are due the first year of the loan. After the first year, the loan begins to amortize. KHIC will provide the financing, and Grow Appalachia will provide the installation and technical support as needed and feasible. For growers moving into commercial production, Grow Appalachia also has developed a small production package which can include a high tunnel greenhouse, woven ground cover that is reusable, T-posts, a drip irrigation system, a walk-behind tractor, hand tools, a wheel hose, and a hydro-cool station for cold storage as needed. Business training also will be available through a 5-session business training course on starting and running your own business. And in addition, many growers in the region haven't had access to affordable banking services or have had a hard time with credit issues. This fund has formed a partnership with the Appalachian Community Federal Credit Union to provide financial literacy training, credit repair counseling, and full banking services. And on tomorrow, we'll talk with someone from the McGoffin County Extension Service, and we'll learn a couple of things. We'll learn more about what a large group of local farmers and producers today we're doing on a field trip in Lexington and how it relates to getting crops out of their fields and to here in just a couple of days. The farmers market in McGoffin County, which has been talked about for a long time, here as of late very seriously, it's about to open. And they took a field trip today to get some ideas about getting it started. And I'll talk with some folks tomorrow just about exactly how. By the end of the week, you'll have your very own farmers market at the former site of the McGoffin County Extension Office on West Maple Street on the property they still own. Very accessible, very easy to get to, and they have got a great interest, I'm told, from well more than a dozen farmers and producers, and I do mean well more. That story with more information I'll be glad to share with you tomorrow. Now, another story I'll be glad to share with you tomorrow that I had to sacrifice due to these technical difficulties is about a yard sale. I mean a big one. They've planned the 10-mile yard sale starting on 1081 at the mouth of Mine Fork, and it's going to go past the Little Fork Church and beyond. The Little Fork Church is going to be kind of in the middle, and they're having their own bake sale and yard sale. They're going to have drinks and desserts, and might be a good resting point. And it's going to be a big 3 to 4 family yard sale there in the churchyard, and this is something that's going to stretch over miles of 1081. I'll talk to you more about that tomorrow as well. With that said, I'm going to wrap it up, put the lid on it tonight. With a few minutes ago, I thought I was going to have to scrap this whole show, so I'm actually kind of tickled that I got at least our headlines on in some part. Tonight, we'll see a low of 68, mostly cloudy skies. As I mentioned, we've got a cold front going nowhere and some other factors that are going to give us a flood watch situation through tomorrow evening. Tonight, we'll see that low of around 68, 81 on your Wednesday, but still mostly cloudy, and we're going to see some more showers and I think likely some storms in at least parts of the viewing area, and some folks might see all of them, some folks might see none of them, some folks might see some. You've been there. We've done that for weeks, and it's more of the same. However, there's a little light at the end of the tunnel. Thursday, we still have a 30% chance of some showers and thunderstorms, but we'll see a little sun. Temperature still in the low 80s. That 30% threat actually is one of the lower numbers that I've got for the rest of your forecast, but I'm holding out hopes that even though Friday has us mostly cloudy with a high of 83 and still a 40% threat of showers and thunderstorms early Friday, that number will wane to about 20% by Friday evening. Saturday and Sunday are going to be warmer. We're going to see the upper 80s return for your weekend. We'll see, I think, partly sunny skies both days, albeit accompanied with, I think, about a 20 to 30% threat of showers and storms at the most Saturday and Sunday. By Sunday night, we see another possible rainmaker, more so than over the weekend, move in, and that will give us a pretty good chance at a wet start for the late Sunday night into the first part of next week. But right now, it looks as though we might dry out, at least in part, I think, for the weekend. And that's going to be after some very unneeded showers, maybe some storms, once again tonight and into your Thursday, into your Wednesday certainly, and maybe just a little bit into your Thursday. For now, that's my time. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I'll get back to some news that I had to cut for today, and then have other information you'll only see with me. It will all start hopefully tomorrow in a much calmer aspect around here when we have more of your news today. For now, thank you for watching.